Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Go around, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, cross over midfield, join right downwind runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, cross over midfield, join the right downwind for 13.
Welcome everyone to SimAir Flyer. I am Dane SimAir. So the last leg we flew on the Great Fraser River Run flight was took us to the airport of Williams Lake in British Columbia. I'll show you shortly where we are on little nav map. But before we do that, let's just pop out of the airplane, and we are flying today. We're back to the Icon A5. The last flight we took, I used the new to me FN 333 Riviera, and as I mentioned at the start of that flight, it's really a devil to land, and also taking off. So I don't feel that comfortable with it just yet. So I wanted to go back to the aircraft that I love flying. As far as amphibian aircraft go, my favorite aircraft, of course, is the PA-24 Comanche. That is my number one go-to aircraft. But for amphibian work, whether it's landing on land or landing in the water, this Icon A5 seems to really do the job for me. And this has the upgraded engine, which is 150 horsepower, which really pushes it along quite nicely compared to the stock Icon A5. I've got my trusty co-pilot with me as well, Bubba the Bulldog. That is Bubba, and he's just raring to go. He's really wanting to get going. So I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time here. We're going to get up in the air, and we're going to do some flying, do some water landings, and we won't be any more than a maximum of 30 minutes, maybe less. So without any further ado, let me pop you over to the little nav map, and we can have a quick look at where we are and what we're going to be doing. So there we are. We're sitting at parking spot number 11. We're going to be using runway 12 for takeoff. We're going to head basically south. Down here, we're going to go over Williams Lake. There is a nice, it's not been modeled, but there's an actual seaplane base in Williams Lake. We're not landing there, but we're just going over Williams Lake. We're going to go overland. We're going to follow this Dog Creek Road as best we can. We're going to do its twists and turns along Dog Creek Road, and we'll just do a touch and go at this Spring House Air Park. That's the Spring House Air Park. And then after that, we will head west over to the river, and we'll just make our way downriver. We'll just head all the way downriver, landing in different spots, and until we get to down here, quite a bit down at waypoint 128. We're going to go inland, we're going to go due east, and we will land here at Echo Valley. And that's probably going to be it for today. But we'll see how it goes. If we want to go on further, we will. But that might be the end of our flight today. So, without any further ado, let's get into the aircraft and get started. Okay, I've got my checklist all ready to go here. So we've got parking brake is on. Yep. Water rudders are up. Yeah, water rudders are up. Master battery and alternator is coming on. Avionics are coming on. The annunciator panel right here, you just click that, make sure all the lights light up, including the lights on the oil, temperature, pressure, and water temperature gauges. So they all light up nicely. Cabin lights are on, and they are turned up. Fuel valve. Oops, fuel valve needs to be opened. Fuel valve is now open. And those are the cabin lights, which I said before are on. Fuel quantity. Let's see. Where's our fuel? We've got enough fuel. We're fine. We've got. Well, we might want to just top it up a little bit. Let's just see. I think maybe based on where we're going. Yeah, I think we'll just top up the fuel just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Okay, so we've done that. Landing gear is as required. Let's go to our engine start. So we need strobes on. Oops. Strobes on. Nav lights on. And throttle to about a half inch. Half inch of throttle. Ignition start. There we go, we've got a good start. Throttle up to 2000 RPM. Let's put this on full. All we need is 2000 RPM. We check the oil temperature. It's come up to the green. Oil pressure is in the green, and the water temperature is in the green. And if the annunciator lights were still on, we would have to increase the RPMs to about 2500, and that will take the it'll put enough juice into the system to turn off these lights. Okay, let's put our taxi lights on and let's get going. We should set our transponder to 1200. There we are. Let's turn it from standby to altitude reporting. There we are. Altitude reporting is on. So everything looks good to me. We're going to release our parking brakes. And we are going to runway 12, and let's just put in the heading bug here. Heading 120. So that's where we're taking off. So we need to make a right turn and basically go behind us to get to the taxi. That should be it right there. Just pop over to little nav map for a quick minute. Okay. Alright, go back into the aircraft. And we should be ready to roll. Coming up to runway, threshold of runway 12. Nice day for flying. We've got some clouds in the air. I know I should be taking off opposite direction, but the winds are only 2 knots, so it's really not going to make any difference. We're going to have a very slight left crosswind, which shouldn't hurt us at all. So just doing a last minute check on my checklist. Everything looks good. We do not need flaps for takeoff in this aircraft, not on land. In the water you do. You need 30 degrees of flaps, but on land you don't need any flaps. Okay, let's put our landing lights on. I'm going to leave the taxi lights on. Trim is pretty much set. So we're going to rotate at 50 knots. Gear up, and off we go. Well, that's the plan. Okay, the throttle is being advanced. We now have full throttle. Airspeed is alive. We are already at 50 knots, and we can rotate. See, this thing doesn't take much to take off with the 150 horsepower. We are in the air. I think on this trip a little bit of music might be kind of nice to listen to as we fly. Let's see if I've got this programmed properly for music. And I'll get that set up in a minute. Let me just concentrate on flying this beast. Okay, we should get our gear up. Now it looks like we're having a problem with our music, so we won't worry about music. We better pay attention to where we're going. Alright, so let's get ourselves over to Williams Lake. The lake we're over right at this moment is called, well, you can't see it, well, there's a bit of it, it's called Asphalt Lake. And this is Williams Lake coming up in front of us.
500.
We're just going to fly. We're kind of at the east end of the lake right now. We're going to fly. Going to turn right right and sort of fly west. Because we're basically heading almost in a southerly direction. So we're going to turn left, or go right, I mean, and go along Williams Lake. And just past this ridge, we will make a left turn. Go to the, well, maybe we won't. We'll continue over to this shore of the lake. We're going to make sure we keep our RPMs below 5,700, because it doesn't like to be over 5,700. The water landing strip is actually, in real life, is actually right along this shoreline right here. But we're not landing there today. So I'm going to try to, get a little bit of altitude so that we can see the roads a little better. Need to turn kind of in a southwesterly direction, and we want to pick up that Creek Road, Dog Creek Road as it's called, and we want to follow it. It's the highway below us, so we don't want the highway. We want Dog Creek Road, so we're just gonna keep flying in this direction until we intercept Dog Creek Road. You can see where we are right now, and there's Dog Creek Road. We're going to make a left turn right about now. And I would say, possibly, that might be Dog Creek Road. I'm going to stay to the right of it so that I can see it out of my left window. Yeah, that's Dog Creek Road right down there. That's Dog Creek Road. See, we're a little low. If we were a little higher, we'd have a better view of it. So let's try and get up a little bit higher. And then it takes a turn to the right. So we have to look for that turn where it takes a turn to the right. There it is right there now. It's taking that turn to the right. So we need to follow that. Just get there. Yeah. There it is there, that's Dog Creek Road. Just gonna keep following Dog Creek Road. And there it is going down there. is there. Still on track, we're still following it. A little bit of snow down there. And so far we're looking good. There should be a lake. I'll show you on a little nav map. These two lakes are ahead of us. Westwick Lakes, they're called. So we're gonna get to the point of this one and then take a left turn. So we need to look for those two lakes ahead of us. Let's get my binoculars out, see if I can see those two lakes. So it's a long, narrow lake, and it should be off a little bit to my left. In fact, let's see, is that it there? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. It should be coming up very shortly, but with that snow on the ground, we're not going to actually see water. So I would say that would be it right there, because that's Dog Creek Road. That's Dog Creek Road. Over there, and there's the lakes right there. There are the two lakes that we're looking for. Okay, and once we get to the end of the bigger lake, we're going to take up a heading of about 157 degrees, and that should take us right into the runway at Springhouse Air Park. Yeah, so we're going to take up that heading there and start losing some altitude, because that airport is only 3,200 feet. Well, we're at about 3,800. But we need to be turning right. I missed my turn, because that airstrip is to the right of that lake. The airstrip is to the right of that lake right there. So I need to get further to the right. I'm going to put my gear down.
500.
I'm going to put in one notch of flaps. Now I'm going to look for that grass strip. I would say that that's the grass strip right ahead of me. Put in full flaps. Let's see if we can get a fairly decent landing out of this. Yeah, that's nice. A little bit of a wind pushing me over. Okay, let's get airborne again. And up we go. And we're going to turn right to take up a westerly heading. Yeah, about a 250 degree heading. That should do it right there. And we don't really need to gain a lot of altitude, although we've got a nice big ridge ahead of us, so we're going to stay to the right of that ridge. And once we pass the ridge, the Fraser River will be right in front of us, pretty much. Yeah, we'll get some music going. Hopefully that's coming through okay. I hope it's not too loud. This is called Classic Rose number 2. It's by Vibe Mountain. Kind of a catchy little tune to fly to. And there's a mighty Fraser just to our left. There's the mighty Fraser to our left. How's our RPMs? A little bit too hard. We were at 58, almost 5,800. Alright, let's get a little bit closer down to the water. Well, maybe we'll stay up here just for a little bit. And then further along we'll get closer to the water. We'll get close to the deck of the water. How's that? Yeah, that's a good tune to fly to. I hope that's coming through okay on in the system. I guess I'll know when the video is all over. Okay, this tune is called Snowy Peaks, Part 1, and there's a Part 2. It's kind of appropriate for flying in the Rocky Mountains, Snowy Peaks. It's by Chris Hagen. That's the name of the artist. These are all royalty-free music, by the way, from YouTube. And also from Stream Deck people, Elgato Stream Deck. They provide a pretty good variety of royalty-free music. YouTube has a lot of royalty-free music, actually. If you are signed in, I think, to the premium YouTube Premium, which I do have YouTube Premium. Yeah, about a year ago I opted into Premium because I got tired of all the commercials that pop up all the time when I wanted to watch a movie or a video or something. we should maybe do a touch and go in the water. Now I guess we should pull our landing gear up, shouldn't we? We should have done that a long time ago. Wow. So taking off on water, you need 30 degrees of flaps. Landing on water, you also require 30 degrees of flaps. We're going to have to look for a long stretch so that we can... Let's get down a little bit closer to the water. This is the mighty Rocky Mountains throughout British Columbia. It's just so beautiful. Let's do Snowy Peaks Part 2. Yeah, we're cruising along at 90 knots. Let me have a look at the map and see when will we get into a straight section where we can... Oh, there's a lot of curves ahead of us. So I don't think we'll be landing right here. We'll stay low though. And why don't we get a little bearing and get down a little closer to the water. Maybe increase our speed a little bit. Do some sharp hairpin turns. Push the speed up. We're up to 100 knots now. Look at that land, it's just so magnificent. A little bit after the next turn, I think there's a long stretch that we could do a touch and go in. So, our gear's up. Let's put in 30 degrees of flaps. Prepare for a touch and go. Let's see, can we do it here? Yeah, we got a little bit, doesn't look too safe. That looks like there could be a sandbar right there. Yeah, we don't want to be catapulting. Yeah, maybe right about here. Let's put I'm gonna put our rudder down. Water rudder down. Well, we won't do a touch and go. We'll do a landing. We'll taxi for a little bit, and then we'll take off again. There we go. Easy does it. Easy does it. Easy does it. Beautiful touchdown. Beautiful touchdown. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, she just wants to fly. She just wants to fly. Maybe if I pull the throttle back a bit, she might not want to fly. This 150 horsepower is so incredible. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now we're down. Now we're down. And it's gonna look for us straight away. We got a little turn up ahead of us, and then we can maybe do a takeoff. Alright, maybe we could try it. No, there's a turn right there. Right around this bend. We'll do it right around this bend. Let's do it to some music. How's that? Birds in flight. There we go. Okay, full power. We're in the air. This aircraft handles so nicely. She's a beauty to fly. Especially with that increased horsepower. Put a link in the description below the video for anyone that might want that modified version of this aircraft. It comes from flightsim.to. Yep, nice day for flying, that's for sure. Beautiful day for flying. Well, let's get back down closer to the water and do some white knuckle flying. Pull up our laps. Let's do some white knuckle flying now. I don't want those RPMs overpowered. So we're at 110 knots almost. Let's see what awaits us around this corner. Gotta pay attention to what you're doing when you're this slow. Okay, we got Bubble Bath on now. It's a little reggae tune. The artist for this is the Green Orbs, what they're called. too far from our destination airport, you know. We're getting pretty close to it. I would say in maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes possibly. So, let's show you on a little nav map where we are, because I believe we're getting pretty close to the turn point. I think we're getting pretty close to the turn point for this. Okay, so we need to turn after this big bend to the left. We're just going to continue going over on a heading of 63 degrees. And that's coming up real quickly, so I better start looking for this big bend. Let me get up a little better vantage point. Okay, so we're coming up to that bend right there. So we need to take up a heading of 63 degrees, but we also need to get some higher altitude, that's for sure, because we're going to be going into this ridge if we don't do that. So let's get up a little bit higher. We should have been up higher. Yeah, so we want to be heading of 63 degrees, so let's come around to that. Let's hope we can clear this ridge. I think we will. I don't think we'll have any problem clearing the ridge. I think we've gone maybe a little bit too far south, so we'll go back north just a little bit. Yeah, we're just across the top of the ridge now. And the Echo Valley Airport is at 3,600 feet. And we are at 4,000, so we are really not too far off. Not too far off the deck. Now, it is a kind of an airstrip, is it? Let's see, it looks like it's asphalt. So, and it's just past a little valley. We have to cross over a valley. So I would say that that's probably the little valley that we have to cross over, and it's on the opposite, so it's on the far side of the valley. So once we cross over this little valley, if we maintain this heading, we should, in theory, we should be on a heading of about 63 degrees. Let's see, what is the runway heading? The runway is 70 degrees. So actually, if we picked up a heading of 070, that would probably do us quite nicely. Okay, let's keep our eyes peeled for an asphalt. We're at 070 degrees. We are on top of that little valley right now. See that valley below us? So runway's on the other side. In fact, I wonder if that's it right there. It could be. Need to get a little closer to be sure. I'm putting flaps down. 30 degrees of flaps. And by the way, this runway apparently has quite a slope going down. Yeah, I'd say that's the runway right there. This is our destination airport for the night. We'll call it quits right here. Alright, let's see. Set up for landing. We've got landing gear. It's coming down. We have 30 degrees of flaps. All looks good. Let's concentrate on the landing. We're at 80 knots or 78 knots. That's good enough. 75 is okay as well. It's actually a fairly long runway. It's 3,400 feet long, but it goes downhill. But this aircraft stops so quickly that it shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, power has been pulled to 25%. Okay, the power is now completely retarded. We are at 70 knots. Let's see if we can get a good landing out of this. Hold it, hold it. Very nice landing. Beautiful landing. Beautiful landing. And there she goes. She goes way down the hill. But we'll stop along before we get to the end. So I'm going to turn around here and go back to the parking area. So, welcome to Echo Valley Ranch and Spa. Apparently it's quite a luxurious lodge in real life. And maybe I'll get a spa tonight before we do our next flight. That would be kind of nice. So let's pull in here and see where we can park. Let's retract the flaps. That's interesting. The runway is there, starts there, and we got this grass here. What looks like part of the runway, the approach anyway. Let's just go outside for a minute. Oh yeah, no, we're still on, yeah, the runway ends right here. Yeah, I guess that's where the runway ends. Well, we got about 3 airplanes sitting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where shall we park? I think over by this grass over here. Pull in here and then turn around. Let's swing around now. That's the other thing about this airplane. The turning radius is amazing. Okay, parking brakes are on. Okay, landing lights can come off. So we want to shut down. Pretty simple to shut down. All we do is we turn the mags off. Well, actually what I like to do is starve the engine of fuel. So we'll turn off the fuel. We'll turn the mags off. Fuel valve is closed. Taxi lights can come off now. Taxi lights off, strobes off, nav lights off, and the master battery can come off. And we have arrived safely. And Bozo, my bulldog, enjoyed the flight. And I also hope that you guys enjoyed the flight. Just show you where we are on a little nav map. Here we are. And until we meet again, I want to thank you very much for flying Simair Flyer. I'm Dane Simair, and we'll catch you on the next southerly bound Great Fraser River run. Take care, guys.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Go around, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, crossover midfield, join right downwind runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, crossover midfield, join the right downwind for 13.